So, now that you've learned about the architecture of the brain, isn't it an interesting architecture? What we want to learn in this chapter is, in a very simple way, we are going to understand what happens when we react and what can we do in order to, control our reactions and be more responsive. Again, being more responsive is a sign of having high emotional quotient. Okay, so what happens is when you react, and again let me get the brain back for you. Okay, when you react, metaphorically, your reptilian brain, which is the reactive brain, shuts down your thinking brain. Okay, have you ever been chased by a dog? Has that ever happened? And if it has, then you will have either of these three responses if you've been chased by a dog. One is, I know some people who get frozen. They don't know what to do when a fierce, barking dog is, approaching them. So the first reaction over here is freezing. Then you have the second reaction. Some people run away, and that's the flight approach. And then you have some people who will, lift up a stone and would want to hit the dog, and that's the fight approach. These three approaches, freeze, flight, and fight, are reactive approaches. Now, replace the dog with some intimidating person or an intimidating situation in your life. Let's say take a difficult client approaching, coming towards you, and you can see that person through a corridor, and that person is coming towards you. What could happen is you would get frozen. Oh my God, what am I going to do about this? Okay. Another example of freezing is when you are learning a car. Okay, those of you who know how to drive a car, you would remember this. When you were learning how to drive a car, sometimes you would get frozen, and then the teacher who's teaching you will tell you, loosen your hands, and that's what the person will do. So this is the freeze, flight, and fight are the three approaches in reactions. So what happens is the reactive brain shuts down the thinking brain. Because think about it. If somebody was to push you, your reflex action is to hold on to something. It's the reptilian brain doing its job to protect you from any kind of danger. So you don't need actually any thinking brain or thinking process in all this. What are you going to think about? Are you going to think about, okay, am I going to fall this way or that way? You don't need to think. So the thinking brain shuts off and then you become reactive. Okay. Now, if you want to be responsive, then one thing that needs to happen is you need to restart your thinking brain. Now, how do you restart your thinking brain? Now, there are various techniques of that. I'll be telling you some 4 or 5 techniques, probably more. Not that all the techniques will be useful to you. Some of them would be. So use those techniques which you can really resonate with. Like for example, this is a technique which I use and it really helps me a lot. And it's called the role model technique. Now what's a role model technique? So let's say I'm facing some intimidating or an overwhelming situation. What happens in that situation is I know and I'm quite aware, I'm quite mindful that I'm going to be reacting. Now, what I do is I think of my role model, who is very calm, and this role model is actually a person. Now, all of us should have role models in this area. Those who are very calm and who can figure out things, sort them out for themselves, and make things better. So I think of that role model, and I put that role model in my shoes. It's like the reverse empathy. I put that role model in my shoes, and I think, what would my role model do if he or she was in my place? And I think about that, and I do exactly the same thing. What I think that my role model would do in that case, and that's a magical technique. I'm telling you, you should try this sometime. There's another technique which is called the 10 years ahead technique, and if I were to ask you, think of 10 years back, okay, when remember some incident where you think today that you could have handled better. Think of that incident And now, because you know a lot of things which you didn't know back then, that is why you reacted in certain way during that situation. Now, today, if I were to ask you what would you have done differently in that event, you would tell me probably 5 or 10 different things of what you would do differently. Now, we are going to be using this in a reverse way. Place yourself 10 years ahead. Now, this is 2020. Okay, think of you are in 2030, and from there look at this event, this overwhelming event which you are facing, where you could become reactive. Now, from 2030, think of how differently you could have managed it. I know it is a little bit of a time scramble, but you know what? You are actually putting your brain in such a frame that suddenly it finds resources from 2030. Okay, and from 2030, the brain actually gives you some responses. Okay, I think that you should have done this in 2020, and do exactly that. That's one technique. So you have one is the role model technique. The other technique is the future technique, or 10 years ahead technique. I have another technique which involves self-talk. Now, what is self-talk? You say something to yourself to motivate yourself in that given situation. Maybe things like this situation is actually testing me for how temperamentally fit I am. Now, you know why you should have a self-talk, and I recommend this to all the people who are very impulsive or reactive. I always tell them that always go for, in the morning or in the evenings, go for a walk for 1 hour. Not only for exercising, which is actually good, but when you're walking, talk to yourself. We don't talk to ourselves. Have you realized that? And when you talk to yourself, and especially in that overwhelming or a difficult situation, what you're doing is you're using language, and language is a code of your thoughts. And when you say it is a code of your thoughts, it basically requires your thinking brain, because it's a code, it's analytics, it's ask any programmer. The programmer, when he or she is writing a code, needs to use the prefrontal cortex more. So when you use language to talk to yourself, you're actually activating the thinking brain. In the process, you're actually buying time for yourself, so that you can respond to that situation better. Another technique is the dissociation technique. Now, what is a dissociation technique? Imagine yourself, you're in this situation where you don't know how you're supposed to respond. Think of you as the fly on the wall, a wise fly on the wall, and that fly on the wall is actually an expert. An expert tells you what should be done in this situation. And this thought actually comes from whenever you're watching a cricket match or a football match. Now, we are not associated with that game, in the sense we are not playing that game, and we are looking at that game, or we are watching that game as a third person. Suddenly we become wise people and start telling that okay, the captain should do this, the captain should do that, the field should be placed in such a way, etc., etc. So the moment you dissociate yourself from the situation, wisdom comes in. Okay, again, wisdom comes from multiple perspectives. That's another way of responding. Now, I know some people who have let's say the faith. Okay, let's say you follow some person or you follow some god. The picture of that god or that prophet, they have it in their wallets, and whenever they want to feel a bit calm and peaceful, they open out the wallet and look at that picture, and they feel calm. Now, this doesn't work for me, but it works for a lot of people I know. So if it works for you, you should do it. And similar to this technique actually is the ring concept. They say that the pearl is a calming jewel. So if you are wearing a pearl ring, or let's say a ruby, another calming jewel is ruby. Now again, I'm telling you, it's a part of a belief. It may or may not be true for everybody, but if it works for you, you should try it out, right? There's another technique which I use, and that is humor. Let's say there's a difficult situation. I crack a joke with myself, and I feel like laughing, but I don't laugh over there because one thing could lead into another. but humor actually helps in calming you down. So here are some 4 or 5 techniques which I've just told you, and I believe at least 1 or 2 techniques I'm sure you are resonating with. Use those techniques and you can be more responsive.